It's my pleasure today to host Preeti, the president of the Institute of Actuaries of India, and have a quick chat and pick her brains on what's happening in this extremely valuable field to the field of insurance actuarials, and risk services. Welcome, Preeti.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Karthik, after a long time.
It's my pleasure. Congratulations on the 25th Global Conference of Actuaries. I heard that the Prime Minister of India had a message for the
Yes, that's
conference.
correct.
Could you
Yes.
speak a little bit about it?
So that was actually an icing on the cake, and it came to us by surprise. And it really enthused all of us. And he talked about the role that actuaries have been playing in the past and the kind of role that he expects that we would play towards a developed India by 2047. So it sort of resonated with what we are also thinking about. So it was a great feeling to get a personal message from him.
Wonderful. So it's also, I'm sure, a great matter of pride to run something consistently, scaling it up. It must be a special experience. So, what has been the ride like over the past 25 years?
It started in Delhi, okay, the Global Conference of Actuaries, when we were just opening the sector up, insurance sector up to the private players. And it was a very different atmosphere at back then. You had a lot of global players, but the intent there was very different. They were looking at India as a greenfield venture for themselves. They were looking at what is the kind of talent they will get. And so for us in India, it was intriguing to listen to global players on a subject where we only knew about LIC for the most part as actuaries. And it was also an opportunity for some of the people to look around for jobs. There was great networking, and that's how it all started. And ultimately, we continue to be global, of course, but at a different level now, because you have global players wanting to come and speak about what they're doing elsewhere. That still goes on, but they're also interested in what's happening in India. So that is a key change that we're seeing. 25 years, still going strong, still feeling very young. And given the kind of vision that we're talking about within India, I see a tremendous opportunity for the profession.
I think it's also exciting what possibilities are being opened up with technology. So, how do you see actuarial science? It's a science subject. It's lots of maths and stats and modeling which is happening there. From there, how's technology mixing and melding into this science subject?
See, actuarial science involves a huge amount of data crunching. Okay, and you have to look at multiple dimensions to be able to come up with something. Let's say pricing, for instance, pricing, designing or pricing a product. There is a humongous amount of data. You need to understand the pulse of the end client. You need to understand your experiences that you've had in the past, and come up with products which are innovative yet sustainable, both for the common man or the consumer. Consumer should have it affordable, and it should also not make a dent on the solvency of the organization. So it's a good balance that you need between it being affordable for the common man, yet being something which the company can actually sort of continue to sell without any pressure on its capital requirements. So in that sense, data, we've always been data scientists. So we like to say that actuaries are the oldest data scientists, right? What has changed now is for me, AI is not, and if you talk of AI as technology, AI is not just another layer of technology. Unlike others, the way we will do things is going to change dramatically. And as actuaries, our skills will become slightly different now. We will have to get back to basics, core understand, because AI will do a large part of the work, but then we need to know what it has done, and whether there are any hallucinations, etc., for us to see can we use that analysis or what the AI has thrown up to price our products, to innovate, to look at the sustainability of the products in the long run. So our skills will change. We will need to ask more questions, uh, have to get back to the basics, communicate more, collaborate more. So there's a whole lot of different things that we need to do.
So, looks like that's a nice message to people who are born natively into AI, the next generation. Thanks for that. So, the other aspect is You touched upon it in a market sense that there's a lot of international players who are showing their interest in the Indian market, not just from a talent perspective, but from an actually insurance market. Yes. Even at the GCA, you had a lot of global
Yes,
players,
that's correct.
who are all participating, and it's wonderful to see them, participate so actively. Uh, when it comes to international players, the field where they're also tapping into India is obviously the talent pool, which is here, especially in the form of GCCs. With that demand at an all time high, with the push provided by Viksit Bharat 2047, which is giving you a lot of quicker approvals, one stop approvals, and so on. How do you see this field growing, the demand growing? How do you meet it? What is that grand vision we need to have? Actuarial science is sometimes perceived as, oh, this is for a very niche segment, it's for probably the people in the larger cities. But thanks to technology, things have got democratized. Knowledge has got democratized thanks to the internet. So, how do you envision that scaling up over the next 25 years?
So GCCs have scaled up from where they started with. They were more back office operations when they started. But then slowly and gradually, they have actually become strategic partners to their global counterparts. Right from something like IFRS 17, they're supporting other kind of strategic consulting they're looking at climate. So the advantage for GCCs is that they get exposure to what is happening in other parts of the world, because they do a lot of analysis and consulting for those kind of things. And then we tap into that talent pool to be able to see how we can work with them to look at the Indian context. So for me, when I talk about the Trinity, I got inspiration from the Mahakumbh of last year. So I talk of the Trinity, which consists of innovation, collaboration, and value creation. Innovation is obviously, it's like a no-brainer. We have to be innovative when you're talking about a developed economy by 2047. We need to be able to understand there are different segments of the population. So how do you, when you look at insurance for all by 2047, you look at social security for all by 2047, you need to understand what are the kind of products that you need to offer to those people, right? So that's the first level. And the second one is collaboration. For me, collaboration is at different levels. First collaboration is between actuaries of life, non-life pension. That's the first level of collaboration that we need to do very closely. Second level of collaboration is collaboration across various actuarial bodies globally, and that is where we get the GCCs also, sort of playing a very important role. That is second level collaboration, because climate risk may manifest itself differently in India as compared to some other countries, but the challenge of lack of data, etc., is going to be very very similar. So how do we tackle that? So that's something where we can actually use the experience that the GCCs have had in as a part of serving some of the other countries. We can actually get that into India, and we are actively looking at doing joint research with some of the GCCs, tapping into that knowledge. And essentially at the end of it, what do we want? We want to be able to provide solutions so that they cater to the needs of the society at large, and that's where the value creation comes. I cannot sit in my room and come up with a fancy model if the end user or the ultimate the customer, or in this case the society at large, doesn't see value, right? So that is where we can get value. So GCCs, I would think, would play a big role in getting that. And the third level of collaboration is across various professional bodies within India. You're talking about the ICI, ICSI. There's a lot of things that they are doing at grassroots levels. So how can we actually work with them and make sure that we sort of give a holistic solution at the end of the day?
So, collaboration as a key pathway
Yes,
to
of
value
course.
creation. That's wonderful. Thank you, Preeti, for your time.
Thanks a
Really
lot.
appreciate it.
My
And
pleasure.
you talked about the next 25 years. Best wishes for the conference to scale even further.
Oh, yes, of course. Looking forward to the next year again, all over again. Yeah.
Look forward. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your time.
Thanks a lot, Karthik.
Thank you. We at Infosys are extremely positive about the potential provided by AI, along with the core domain aspects which is enabled and nurtured by organizations such as the Institute of Actuaries of India, and we are very much looking to fashion the next leap in the actuarial science practices in India to support the world's business.